Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? So I am excited for this video because I thought it'd be fun to go ahead and do a quick little luxury indie brand first impression. So I've got a few products here that I'm really excited to go ahead and try today. The first, I literally just went to my P.O. box and picked this up. This is the new True Beauty palette from BK Beauty, and I was sent this in PR. If you're not familiar with BK Beauty, they were started by Lisa J Makeup here on YouTube, and I love their brushes. I have a ton of their eye brushes in front of me because I figured that I would use them for the look today. So they have a bunch of great brushes, but this is their first time doing an actual makeup product, so I'm really excited to dive in and see how I like the formula. It is a very neutral palette, which is pretty much what I expected it to be. When I saw that it was going to be an eyeshadow palette, I just knew that it was going to be a soft neutral one. So there's some fun like little bits of purple, there's a little bit of like some mustardy tones going on, but overall it looks like it's going to be pretty soft. I've been liking neutrals a lot recently, but if I remember correctly from the launch video, I think that all of these shimmers are supposed to be satins, so I'm just really curious to see how they're going to look on the eyes because I love a good neutral moment sometimes. I just love a good sparkly, intense metallic moment on top of that neutral, so we'll see how it turns out. I'm looking at the names and I don't know the story behind any of these, and I'm thinking, dang, I started watching the launch video and then I skipped through it so that I could get screenshots for any makeup spotlight, and then I forgot to go back. So I'm gonna need to watch that, and if I miss any information that was included in that today, I'm apologizing. And then I also have this cute little Lisa Eldridge lip set, which has the Muse lip gloss, the Muse lipstick, and the Muse lip liner. I bought this specifically because I wanted to try the Muse lip liner, although I already have the Muse lipstick and I accidentally bought the Muse lip gloss, so it was just a hot mess moment. But I figured that I would go ahead and try the lip liner today to tell you guys about the formula, since they were only available in the lip kits, and then I would also go ahead and use my Muse lipstick and Muse lip gloss that I already own, and then I'm sure originally I was thinking that I was gonna sell these, but maybe I'll end up doing them as a giveaway eventually. I'm not sure. But the packaging on this little bag is absolutely beautiful, and I'm excited to try the lip liner out. And then last but not least, as far as first impressions go for this makeup look, I also recently did a Beautylish order. I did like a whole like little shop with me video when I was doing the order, so I can leave that down below in case you're interested. But I ended up getting this little blush palette from Goss, and it is the shade Blush Peony. That's like the overall shade, and then the actual shades in there have different names. Okay, so here's what it looks like, and it has a blush and a highlight. I don't know if you can see that. Does it not look like someone put their finger through it? And I haven't touched it at all. It came out of the box looking like that, which is kind of interesting. I don't know what happened there. Hopefully it was a glove. But it has a really beautiful soft pink blush, and then this highlight's supposed to be like a soft iridescent pink. My friend Karen told me that she was really not liking these because the blush is so pigmented, and I don't love a super pigmented blush, so I'm a little bit nervous to try it out today, but we're gonna go ahead and give it a chance. I feel like I've heard overall good things about this though. And then during that little haul, I also grabbed the Goss 27S brush just because I was really curious to try out his synthetic line. There's 3 other brushes I believe that are his that are synthetic, but this one feels pretty soft, so I'm just curious to try it out and see if it was worth $20. Okay, so before we start the eyes, I just want to go ahead and do swatches of the True Beauty palette because I don't know what I want to do today. I've never touched these or anything before, so let's just go ahead and see how they feel and how they look. Okay, so the first shade here is called Beam, and it's just a very, very soft beige shade. This is one of my least favorite shades in palettes, but it does feel very, very smooth and creamy right off the bat. Oh man, okay, my nail looks so pathetic. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna redo them. I'm gonna redo them tonight. And then we have the shade Brooklyn, which looks to be a really soft, satiny gold. Oh, okay, maybe it's not a gold. Goodness gracious. It's actually like a rose gold, I would say. My eyes deceive me. And then we have the shade Grace, which looks like a nice kind of mid-tone warm brown. So there's what that looks like. Okay, next we have the shade Beauty, which looks to be like a nice rich warm brown. We have Amour, which is a satiny bronzy shade, and then Ambition, which looks like a really pretty rosy bronze. So like I said, everything feels very, very soft right now. I don't know if this is going to be my personal preference, honestly. Okay, next we have the shade Glow, which looks to be like a little bit more of a taupey bronze satin. We have Kate, which is a very soft purple satin. And then Kind Vibes, which is a really pretty matte, kind of like very soft berry. I like that a lot. Kind Vibes. I'm about it. Okay. I'm going to swatch a little bit more of Kind Vibes. Let's do a second layer. Okay, lastly we have Love, which is a brown that looks to have the tiniest bit of a camel undertone. We have Queen, which looks like a kind of rich plummy shade. And then Dream, which is a soft kind of satin dark purple. I don't love when the darkest shade in a palette is a satin. This one feels a little bit more crumbly. Okay, so there's what the palette as a whole looks like. It's very, very soft. That's how I feel just looking at it. I'm curious to get it on the eyes. Okay, so I already went ahead and primed my eyes with the Chrome Pebble eyeshadow primer in the shade Parchment. And I think looking at the colors, I'm going to do something a little bit more pinky purple today. So I'm going to start off with the shade Kind Vibes. Just taking a little bit of that on my BK Beauty 201. And I do have an entire video where I demoed and talked really in depth reviewing every single BK Beauty brush that's in their line, which I can leave for you down below in case you're interested. So that looks nice right off the bat. It's blending out super easy. I mean, that was incredibly fast. So I'm not really building it up a ton. I'm just working it in my crease, slightly blending upwards. I'm also grabbing a little bit of Kind Vibes on the Wayne Goss brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and throw that along the lower lash line. It's very soft, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and take it along the entire lower lash line, even though I might add something over it later. I feel like this pencil brush is a little stiff. I don't know if I love it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to take a little bit of the shade Queen, and I'm actually just going to try that on the pencil brush because sometimes I like using a pencil brush for my outer V. It gives a lot of precision. So we're just going to go ahead and take a little bit of Queen, that pretty plum, and keep it right here. I mean, you can see it's blending out right away. It's very, very soft. I'm just going to go ahead and build up a little bit. I don't know if this makes sense, but I feel like this palette is just like the most soft neutral palette that I've tried in a long time. Probably because I got it in PR. I don't think I would have purchased this myself just based on my own preferences if I hadn't received it in PR. But I'm using it, I'm thinking like this is a palette my mom would probably love because it's kind of hard to go too much with this. Like I'm building it up and it's blending out so easily and it's just very, very soft. Fun drinking game. Take a shot every time I say soft in this video. I'm going to go ahead and also take a little bit of that same plum and take it on the lower lash line. And then for the heck of it, may as well go all out. I'm also going to take a little bit of the shade Dream. I'm going to be pretty careful with that and tap off the excess because like I said, it's a little bit more flaky. And I'm going to pop that on the outer V just to see if we can get this a little bit more dramatic. Okay, and then I'm just going to go ahead and blend out the edge a little. What I want to do is go ahead and take the pop of color, that purple, all over my lid. And just to give it a little bit more oomph, I'm going to go ahead and use my NYX glitter primer. Also going to use the BK Beauty 203, which is a really nice little flat lid shader brush. I like it because it picks up product really, really well. So just laying down the NYX glitter primer first, giving it a moment to get a little bit tacky, and then I'm going to dip into Kate, and I'm going to pop that all over my lid. And then just lightly turning the brush over blending this side. I mean, I feel like even with the glitter primer, it's a satin. The pigmentation is good. The color is pretty. It's just soft. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and dip into a little bit of the shade Ambition. Taking that on a BK Beauty 204. It's a little smudger brush. And I'm going to pop that on the front of the lower lash line. Just lightly blending it out. And then last but not least, I'm just going to wipe that brush off. And I'm going to go into the shade Brooklyn right here. Just going to pop that on the inner corner. I'm going to reserve my thoughts till the end. I'll kind of bundle all the products up together. But I feel like this is just so soft. I actually really want to grab something else and pop it on my inner corner. I have a shade right here called Luxe from Clionadh. It has like a pinky green purpley shift to it. And I'm going to pop that on the inner corner just to make this a little bit more my style. Just picking up a little tiny bit. I'm going to go ahead and take the LA Girl liner in the shade Lavender and pop that on my waterline. I'm going to go ahead and throw on my We Makeup More mascara, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this little blush palette. I'm so nervous / excited. I'm going to start off by swatching them. So, okay, this pink feels very smooth to the touch. It doesn't look too crazy, like just swatching it out. It looks like it's going to be a pretty good shade for me. You can tell where I had a little bit of the NYX glitter primer left over. And then let's do the highlight. Ooh, okay. Very pretty. I would say the texture of that doesn't feel like super dry or super creamy. It's just kind of in the middle. So there's what that looks like. That actually looks so pretty. I thought it was going to be one of those like white to pink shifting duochrome highlights, but it really just looks like an iridescent pink. It's very pretty. I'm going to go ahead and take just a little bit of the blush with my BK Beauty 104. Just throw that on. Yeah, that's a really pretty cool toned shade. Like I could even go in with a little bit more. I was kind of nervous at first, but I feel like that color is very good for me. Okay, I think I stopped doing blush. I just had to deal with a small temper tantrum. It's fine, but I'm going to go ahead and take my BK Beauty 108 brush to highlight. I guess I'll just try it on one side first and see how I like it. And if I don't love it, then I'll try a different highlighting brush. But just going to go ahead and pick up a little bit. I mean, that's pretty. It's a very soft highlight just from first application. I really like the color though. It's a pretty pink, and I like that it does truly look pink on the skin. Okay, so I think I'm going to go ahead and try a different brush just to see if I can get it a little bit more intense. We'll try it on this side. Excuse my mask knee. I'm going to go ahead and take the Sigma Soft Blend 30 and just pick up a little bit more of that. Ooh, okay, it's looking, you know, as I'm putting that brush in, it's looking kind of like a cream. The way that the brush is making indentations, that's interesting. Oh yeah, it definitely looks more intense with that brush. Right off the bat. Very pretty. But that would have been really pretty on the inner corner actually too. Just imagining this like really heavily done on the cheeks and underneath the brow and on the inner corner, and I feel like I actually really like this. It looks really beautiful and very much something I would use all the time. It's my vibes. So now let's go ahead and do the Lisa Eldridge Muse lip kit. So I'm really excited about this lip liner. If I don't love it, I'm going to be so mad at myself. So mad. So there's what it looks like. Packaging is beautiful. I feel like obviously the shade's a little bit darker than my lips, but the undertone is very similar to my natural lip color. Okay, I like that a lot. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the lipstick. And then lastly, we'll take the gloss and throw that over top. Just gonna put that right on the center. Okay guys, so this is the finished look, and I do like how it turned out overall. I would say that my first impression on the True Beauty palette is that I just don't feel like this is a formula for me. That's not to say that it's a bad palette. I definitely think that it has its usefulness, and I'm sure there's people out there who would love this color story and love this formula and love a little bit more of a soft look. But for me, this isn't something I see reaching for a whole ton. In fact, I'll probably give it another go or two just to really formulate my opinion on it, and then I'm probably going to pass it on to someone in my life who likes soft looks a little bit more than I do, because if I'm going to go neutral, this isn't exactly what I would go for. It's too satiny for me. I love an intense metallic, to put it simply. So thank you to BK Beauty for sending this to me. Like I said, it's not bad, it's just not what I go for. As far as the little Wayne Goss brush goes, I thought that this was nice. I didn't super love it for the lower lash line. I feel like it's a little bit stiff for that, but the shape is actually really perfect and like the perfect size for getting on my outer V and just really mapping the shape out. So I feel like I could see myself using this brush for that a ton. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep testing that out and seeing how it washes and everything like that. My favorite product that I tried today would definitely be the Wayne Goss Blush Duo, which I'm really excited about because I tried his lip products and I was not that big of a fan. I like the lip liner, but the lipsticks and the lip gloss that I tried, they just weren't the best on my lips. So I'm glad to give a different type of product a try from his brand, and I do really, really like this. I love a pink cheek, and as much as I've been into cool tones lately, I could see myself reaching for this a ton. It just blended really nicely, it was easy to use, and the packaging is very sleek, although it's definitely one where you see the fingerprints very easily. And then as far as the Lisa Eldridge lip kit goes, I feel like it is very beautiful. I already lost the lip liner. Okay, there it is. I feel like all these lip products work really, really well together, which I really appreciate. I love this color overall. I feel like it's like the perfect mid-tone rosy nude on me, so I'm glad to have the lip liner and to be using it a ton. Do I think that it was worth buying the whole set and getting extras? Probably not, but I need help. That's all I can say. That was everything for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.